For what do you use technologies? Do you use them for work, or to create, or to consume? If you use it for work and creating content, it's perfectly fine. You can just leave this video, there will be nothing for you. But if you are using technologies to consume content, and I mean by it like scrolling TikTok or Instagram, YouTube Shorts, or watching videos like this, then you should be listening to this, and I highly recommend staying. It's a well-known fact that you become what you eat. And why am I talking about this? Because there is also a rule that can be applied, and that says you become the content you consume. And that's also true. Our behavior is somehow led by the things around us, by the surrounding of ours. If there are people who are learning a lot, sooner you will become one of them. If there are people who are scrolling, smoking, doing drugs, sooner or later you will become one of them. And if you are consuming content like this, like the degenerate content, you will become also degenerate, because it's also the surrounding of ours. But if you consume like self-improvement content like this one, like this video, congrats! You are, or will be, on self-improvement if you're gonna continue watching. But there is border that says that enough is enough. Like when you are watching 5 hours of self-improvement content a day and never take action, there is something wrong, and maybe you know it. Also, if you consume content too much, if you use technologies too much for consuming content, you become feeling more AFK in your body. You will not be mindful, you will not be present on the spot. And why is that? Why do you feel AFK after 2 hours of scrolling? And don't lie to yourself. You surely, if you are scrolling for 2 hours, you felt like AFK, or that mental haze in your brain, like if you got a little bit of alcohol but it was not the pleasurable feeling, or if you got a little bit of weed. It's the same feeling after you consumed like 2 hours of content. Why is that? It's because of dopamine. That's a molecule in our body that drives us. And it's also the molecule of pleasure. Whenever the dopamine spikes, we feel good. We feel good about ourselves that we did something. But people use it unproductively. They want that instant dopamine spike. And it's not how we are naturally wired. It's not how we are naturally used to. It's something unnatural for us to get that instant gratification from scrolling or from consuming content. And there is also a limited amount of dopamine in our brain. That means when we use all of it, there's not enough for us to get motivation to get other things done. So if we are scrolling for 2 hours and we reach the bottom of our dopamine, there's not any dopamine left for us to feel good about ourselves. That's why we feel AFK, not present, and bad. I got a solution for you. What if you tried, instead of scrolling for 2 hours a day, replace that time with reading? I don't want you from beginning to replace all of these 2 hours, but I want you to replace maybe 1 of that hour with just reading. Just read. And why is reading better than consuming different type of content on technologies? Why? Because it doesn't give us the dopamine. It doesn't give us that instant dopamine. It gives us the dopamine, but later, after we use what we learned. And also, you need to use some of your mental energy to read. If you are scrolling, you just do this with your thumb. Next. Next. If you are reading, you are just focused on one thing, and you are reading, and that's all. Your mind is focused. and also it helps you with reaching that mindfulness. And that's what we all want, because if we are not mindful, then why are we even living? And we do not have any purpose if we are not mindful. If we are AFK in our own bodies, then we are just zombies who are supporting this system all around us. Just be born, go to school, go to work, retire for a few years, and then you are dead. But if you are mindful, you can go unscripted. You can get out of this system. I got a little bit far, but this is how technologies are just locking us in our own virtual prison, let's say. Because we become addicted to it. We become addicted to that instant dopamine spikes, and that's really easy to become addicted to this, because it is pleasurable in the beginning. And then, if you can't find any instant gratification, you are scrolling more, and you want more of content consumed. You want more of it. And then after 2 hours, there's not any dopamine left, and you maybe fall asleep or take the phone away, and your batteries, your mental energy is drained. That's why I really recommend reading books instead of consuming this type of content like Reels, Shorts and TikTok. Thank you for watching this video.